This is Dennis from Singapore. Welcome to my channel, Guy with a Plant. In today's episode, we'll be talking about 5 plants that are not really doing well under my care. Some of them have even died, unfortunately. So if this is something you would like to watch, we'll jump straight into the video. Okay, this is the red prayer plant from the family of Enthusiam, and it's known as the Marantha Lucanera. Okay, it got its name from the fact that its leaf will stay flat during the day and then fold up like, praying hands at night. And it is native to Brazil. Okay, you can see why this is a very popular house plant. I mean, check this out. Okay, it looks as if it's doing, I think it's doing okay, but I always have issues with the newer leaves. So they always come out really small and they will turn crispy after a while. And you look at the small new leaves, they remain really quite small. It doesn't grow to the mature leaves and the color, so I don't know what is lacking. So what I'm going to do is going to repot this. I think this has maybe 3 cuttings in this pot, so I'm going to change its medium and take a look at the roots, and then give you a more well-draining potting medium, because it's sitting in a very dense soil mix. So yeah, I think most of the problems I have with the plant is because I didn't really change the potting medium, so something I should be doing soon. Hopefully it'll do well for me. This is the Ficus altissima, or used to be. It's from a family of Moraceae, and it's a ficus plant. Well, check out its former glory when I first got it. Very beautiful, right? Yes, now it looks like this. Okay, at least it's not dead, or at least I don't think it's dead. There's still a growth point at the tip. When I first got it, I think there was like 7 to 8 leaves, and slowly the lower leaves, they just drop off one by one, and I thought it was trying to acclimatize to my conditions, but now there are no leaves. So yeah, I think I made a mistake of just putting it outside the balcony where it got some direct sun. But it's a December sun, so it shouldn't be that hot, but yeah, it didn't do well. But okay, at least it's not dead. So I am going to change the potting medium. Potting medium is really sad and dry. But like most ficus, you cannot overwater this as well, and especially now there are no leaves. I better not give it too much water also. I'll report this and I'll keep you guys updated. The next plant is an Enthusiam. It's an aroid, Enthusiam crystallineum. Enthusiam is from the family of Ariaceae, and this Enthusiam crystallineum is native to the rainforests of Panama, South America. So yeah, as you can see, my this particular specimen is not looking very well. Okay, when I first got it, I think there were about 3 leaves. And most of them had already died back. I think only left one original. This is one of the original leaves, looking really bad. And this is the newest one. So it's the best looking, but still a lot of yellowing and browning on the edges. Yeah, and check out this guy. I'm probably going to cut this away after the video. And yeah, there's a baby one unfolding soon. Yeah, this bronze colored one. I think the reason why it's looking like this is because of my humidity. My humidity here is very erratic. Sometimes as low as 50s to a high of 80s. So yeah, it's really unpredictable. And also, as you know, I don't have a humidifier. I don't think I'm getting one anytime soon. I don't know. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to report this to a better potting medium. It's already in quite a well-draining mix, but I'm going to add more orchid chips or cocoa chips, and then I'm going to put it in a net pot. So it will dry out, you know, faster, and then I can keep it moist on a more regular basis. So hopefully you'll do better. And also I've been misting it every day. But if you want to mist it, just make sure that you know it's a well ventilated space, because you do not want any you know, fungal infection or bacterial infection because of the water, you know, staying on the leaves. And yeah, I got this because it was really quite cheap from a local farm. I think it was only $12 when the, you know, prices then were like asking $30 over per specimen. So I went down and grabbed it, and I have a bigger unit, a bigger plant, same plant, crystallineum, and it was doing better, but still had slight, you know, browning and yellowing on the edges. So yeah, but that plant is more stable than this. This is not doing well. Yeah, so I will just change the pot, and we'll see how it goes. It's the Calathea or bifolia. Okay, this should be under a video that says that plants that I killed, and not plants that are not doing well. But anyway, it's really not doing well. This is another Calathea, Calathea or bifolia, and yeah, I suppose it's dead. I had this in July last year, and for a while it was doing well, looking very beautiful, and this plant has the potential to be a very beautiful plant. It's like a designer plant, and you know, once I saw it on Instagram, I told myself I must get one. Yeah, it has really beautiful silvery stripes across its foliage, and so I got it. It was doing well for a while, looking beautiful, but then I started to fertilize it. Even though the fertilizer was really very mild, I think I diluted it for, I think, maybe a quarter strength. But the tips started to turn yellow and brown very quickly. It's almost like overnight. So you know, I just, as it got worse, I just snip off the edges, and but even the parts that I snipped off, it was turning yellow as well. So I read that this plant needs, you know, very little minerals in the water. Is almost you should be using like distilled water, but I didn't want to go through the hassle, so I was still using tap water. So maybe that's the reason why it didn't like it. And also the potting soil is really quite dense. It's like a very peaty, you know, like peat moss kind of garden soil. Yeah, so what I should have done is probably to change out from its potting medium and give it something that is airier. I have to confess I wasn't really consistent in my watering. Sometimes I let it dry out a little bit too dry, and yeah, that's why you see dead plant. Will I try this plant again? I like it, but maybe not anytime soon. We shall see. Yeah. Okay, so the next time if I'm getting another one, this bifolia, what I'm going to do is to give it a more well-draining mix and water it more frequently, maybe once every few days, keep it moist and also keep the humidity up because I think it needs a little bit higher humidity and I don't have a humidifier, so we'll see how it goes. Yeah, and also I think it should do better than this one, the future of bifolia. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. Okay, last but not least is the Raphidophera tanta. This is a shingling plant and is from the family of Araceae and genus is Raphidophera. So this is an aroid plant. For the longest time, I've been obsessed with these shingling plants. So when I first saw this, I just had to get this. I got this from my hobbyist, and to be honest, it wasn't really that cheap. So yeah, for the longest time, this plant was doing okay. I mean, as you can see, it's on the plank, and it was not growing for months. It didn't grow, even though it had a very small baby leaf. But even that leaf didn't grow at all for months. I think for at least 4 or 5 months. And subsequently, all the leaves started turning yellow. So I decided to remove the plant from the pot and then check on the roots. And to my horror, there were no roots. I'm very sure there were roots to begin with, but somehow I think maybe due to overwatering issues or irregular watering, the roots were gone. They just disintegrated. So I decided to salvage it by trying to propagate it. So I cut it, I cut the good stems and the good leaves and left it in a box of sphagnum moss, hopefully to grow some roots from the stem. Unfortunately, that didn't work out. The whole plant just got rotten, and yeah, that's the end of it. So will I try to keep this plant again? Maybe not. I may consider the Monstera dubia, which is also a shingling plant, and that is something I have in mind. Okay, that's all for today, and if you like my contents, do subscribe and like my channel. Yeah, have a good week, guys. I will see you next week.